I have a delicious meal to show you today. It's all about the pork chop. Look at these beautiful pork chops. These are bone-in, center cut. My butcher did this for me, and they look beautiful. And I always tell you, when you're working with any kind of meats, remove them out of the refrigerator at least 10 to 15 minutes, or it starts to get into room temperature. Pero la prima cosa che davvero fare, the first thing that we need to do is to prendere il fadale. And what I just said in Italian, the first thing that we need to do is to put on the fadale. And today is all about the dogs. Yes, it's all about the dogs. Look at all their smiley, happy faces. Dogs are always happy, always happy. They're just, you know, especially my dog. He gets up in the morning and he runs everywhere, and he is just a happy little guy. Today's a beautiful day. The birds are singing. It's nice and sun's shining here in Florida. And I'm going to go over the ingredients and take you step by step to this delicious meal that I call it pork and tomato skillet saute. And obviously it starts with the skillet. So I'm going to turn my skillet, and I'm going to have my power on medium high. What I have here is I have 2 cups of grape tomatoes that I am going to start browning in here. I also have here a half a cup of sliced shallots, 4 cloves of garlic. Yes, 4 cloves of garlic. And I'm going to get into the benefits of garlic. I have about 3 to 4 tablespoons of olive oil that I am going to implement. So right now I just want to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil, just like that. Then what I have here is I have a cup of potatoes, and you know, it depends on the size of your family. What I did is I took these cute little potatoes, all these different colored potatoes, because they all have different personalities, just like us, and all kinds of different flavors, just like us. And I just put them in the microwave oven for a minute. So that way everybody will cook together. So what I want to do right now is, I just want to put this to the side. Here what I have is I have sashito peppers. I have about 4 sashito peppers that I'm going to slice. If you don't have sashito peppers, you could just do like a half a green pepper, no big deal. I have a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of black pepper, a tablespoon of granulated garlic. Yes, that's a garlic. And I also, what I have here is a 1/4 cup of basmati vinegar. And I also have some basilico. In Italian, basil is basilico. So my oil now is getting nice and hot. So what I want to do is I'm going to take my potatoes. I'm going to show you. I'm going to add my tomatoes in here because I want my tomatoes to start caramelizing with my shallots. Yes, my shallots are all going to go in here. Also with my garlic. And I know my peppers, my pork chops are hanging out over there. Now I'm going to go ahead and take another tablespoon. I'm just using a regular tablespoon, guys. Just a regular tablespoon. I'm going to add 2 more. So all together in here right now, it's just hanging out like this. Leave it all alone. Then when I come over here, so I'm just going to take my little potato. Isn't he cute? Chiquitito potatoes. In Italian, and in Spanish, is chiquitito. In Italian, is piccolo. Piccolo. So it's the same thing. So I'm just going to cut it in half. And then I am going to cut it again. And when you put it in for just 1 minute in the microwave oven, it starts the cooking process. So I'm just going to quarter these guys, because these guys are all going to go in there. This is such an easy meal, and you can get yourself for all those beautiful ladies. And I remember when I used to be, work out of my home, and it was kind of hard, you get up in the morning, you take care of the kids, you take care of yourself, and then off to work you go. And then your job is not finished because, you come home, you make dinner, and it could be men, it could be women, because there's a lot of single parents out there, men and women. And then there's also those other wonderful people that they all help each other out, meaning husband and wife. So you could see this is a very simple transaction. So I got these already quartered, boom, finito. In the meantime, right now, I just want to give it a quick toss here. My tomatoes are doing their thing with my garlic. Oh my gosh. I tell you, it smells wonderful already, and we haven't done much of the anything. I know, right? So then what I want to do over here, let me move this out of the way, is that I want to take my shishito peppers. You know, shishito peppers are not just all for them, and I'm just going to slice these guys. I'm sorry, not slice, I'm just going to cut them long ways. And what I have done is I have deveined them and I have taken the seeds out. And sashimi peppers, you know, they are delicious. And you can implement these peppers and they come out once a year and where I live. And when they come out, I'm telling you, I like to utilize them in everything because they're delicious. So I'm just going to put them all in here. And it's like an Italian color. It's like the red, white, and blue. I'm sorry, not the blue. The red and the white and the green. That's what it looks like in my pan right now. All nice and happy. And they're all hanging out. Now I'm going to add my potatoes. All go in there. Yes, all go in there, guys. I'm done with that. Now I'm going to take another tablespoon. So pretty much it takes 3 to 4 tablespoons, depending, you know, on the size of your pan, and depends on the size of your famiglia. Famiglia in Italian means family. So I do want to use this beautiful olive oil because this is from my land of Maierato, provincia di Catanzaro. And that was from the harvest a couple of years ago. And the olive oil in my land, when you make it, is very, very, very green. And it's so, you know, virgin, you know, what they call the virgin. And it's absolutely beautiful. And then I mix it with, let me get this potato to let go of its brother over here. And what I do is I mix it with our olive oil here, and then I get this beautiful color. So then now what I want to do is I want to bring this paper towel that's right here, and now it's time to get my little guys right in here. So what I want to do is I want to mix, remember we mixed our peppers, our black pepper with our garlic and our salt. Make sure it's nice, and then what I want to do is I just want to come over here and kind of get my pork chops all in here. On one side, everybody's doing really well in here. I'm just going to make a well, because what I want to do is I want to put them down. Make sure you get a nice big pan. So I'm just going to salt this guys on one side and pepper them in one side. And they should all fit each other in here. Should. And it's okay if they kind of get them a little bit on the top, you know, it just makes such a pretty little color. And now I want to come in and I want to salt the other side of these guys, also salt everybody else. Very easy transaction, you know, let everybody work for you. And then I'm going to bring you in here to show you what this is going to look like. I'm just going to make another space over here for this little guy. And what I do is when I go get these from my butcher or from whatever store you want to get it at, guys, okay, have them cut them all the same size. Because then that way they all cook the same way. So what I want to do is I'm going to bring you over here and I'm going to show you what this looks like. We're going to go for a ride. But before we go for a ride, I want to take all of this deliciousness, you know, the salt, the pepper, and the granulated garlic. There we go, just like that. Then what I want to do now is I want to bring my basmati vinegar and I'm just going to just drip it over everybody. Because all of this is all going to marry together. And they're all going to cook together. And the basmati vinegar gives such a nice deliciousness to all of this. So then what I just want to do is, because now everybody's getting so happy in here, is I am just going to bring you, I'm going to show you what it looks like. Okay, guys? I am going to turn over my pork chop because I want him to get the benefits of everybody in here. And just kind of move to the side, the potatoes. Oh, yes. And it's just, you know, it's going to take a good, I would cook this for a good 15-20 minutes until my meat and my potatoes are all tender. but obviously we're not going to be here for 10 or 15 minutes. But I want to show you what it looks like. Get yourself a platter, and then what I would do is I would put my pork chops on here and then pour everything on the top. Because you already have your vegetables, you already have your potatoes, you already have your beautiful tomatoes, and it's such a beautiful dish. And wait till I show you when I bring you over here. Right now, I just want to get everybody nice and settled for all of them to hang out together. I'm going to raise my temperature to a high because I kind of want these guys. The tomatoes now are starting to burst. My peppers are just hanging on in there looking beautiful. Yes, they are. And then what I want to do now is this is cooking and doing their thing. Oh my God, I have to taste. Oh, I'm licking my fingers because I absolutely love this dish. I just want to come over here and I want to take some basil, and then what I want to do is I just want to cut it, and I just kind of want to put it like on the top, like so. And then what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring you for a ride and show you what this looks like. Let me bring you over here. And then what you are looking at is you are looking at that right there. Let me gently bring you down here. And as you can see, it doesn't take much and it doesn't take a lot. And you have a beautiful meal in 15-20 minutes. And then what I would suggest you do, you can really smell right now the wonderful basmati vinegar with the tomatoes, the potatoes, and everybody. They're all hanging out. And now what I want to do is I want to cover this. And let me tell you about the benefits of garlic. You know, garlic is low in calories, it's low in fats, and it barely has any sodium. It's high on potassium, magnesium, zinc, calcium, and iron. It's a rich source of vitamin B's, B6, B6. It's high on vitamin C, it's high on vitamins A and K, and the wonderful thing about garlic is high in antioxidants, And we have quite a bit of garlic in here. I usually use an entire clove when I do this, but for those that they don't really care too much for garlic, 4 or 5 cloves, you know, I mean, I do use a lot of them. So as you can see, this is almost finished. And then when like I said, the way that I'm going to plate this, guys, is that I am going to put it in this beautiful platter. Get your pork chops on the bottom, and then I will pour all the deliciousness over that, and that's how I will serve it. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you today. This pork and tomato skillet saute. A super delicious, wonderful flavor, easy peasy, can be done in less than a half an hour. I want to thank my wonderful sponsors, Cola Harris with FARMASI. I want to thank Stephen Bailey with Billy Fishing and Charters. If you're ever in the Tampa Bay area, contact him. He can take you fishing. He catches the biggest fish. I also want to thank Dario Rodriguez with Life and Food Superstores. That's always given me beautiful things. And I also want to thank my dearest friend Solangel with Wonderful Color Street. And I want to thank you for this beautiful, well actually it's finished now because my pork, it's done. And now I can show you how I'm going to plate this guy. Oh man. And it's making that deliciousness. Yes, it is. Let me get this out because I have it on. Oh, that's hot. And now I'm going to take my pork chops so I can show you. Bring one over here. I like my pork chops medium to medium. I like my medium. I don't like them, you know, overly cooked. And these guys are juicy, and these guys are wonderful the way they look. And look at this. Oh my goodness, let me show this to you. Let me show this to you, because I gotta show this to you, because why not? And now I'm just going to shifuli, remember the shifuli, and then I want to come over here and I just want to add all of this deliciousness right over this beautiful platter that I have here that my daughter bought for me at Christmas. Look at this. I am continue to have this like so. Oh, mamma mia. What a presentation. I'm going to shut this off now. And then what you have, guys. Now, and if you even want to make it even more prettier, you know me, I like it to make it more prettier, I would just get some more basilico and just add some basilico here and there. And then what you have, are you guys ready for this? Here, let me clear the decks a little bit here because, you know, we want everything to look nice, or why not? Because after all, we got to celebrate us. And then what you have is this. Let me bring this to you. Look at this beautiful pork and tomato skillet. Look at this deliciousness. All right, guys, thank you for joining me.